Veterans Day. And in the early season, plenty of optimism for teams. Is there any complacency, Steve? A feeling that you can lose one here, lose one there, and you can make up for it down the stretch.
Well, the good teams, they feel like that. A lot of times you look at it and say you don't take losses as bad when you have a couple star players or impact players out. You figure when we get those guys healthy, you just want to be able to play the right way, and when they come back, then you can start to make your push.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Setting the floor for the Nets. Down low, it's Booker and Mozgov. Lynn and Russell are in the backcourt, and it's Crabbe in at the small forward. Now here's Favors. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist.
The D can be right in the face of Favors, but it does not affect him in the slightest. A motivated player who is very effective close to the basket.
Lynn from long range. Gobert pulls it in. On defense, the Nets, fresh from a win against Portland.
Just a terrific effort off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
Yeah, on the road, role players often have a harder time scoring. But on that night, it was just the opposite.
6 on the shot clock. Hood can't get it to go. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Mozgov kicks to Russell. The Nets working the ball around now. That one may be a little beyond his comfort zone, but he made it count. Lynn's got his first 3 points of the game. So for the Jazz, their last game, a win against the Heat.
I just thought the defense was porous. Got any shot they wanted, really, for most of the evening.
I'll give them credit. Even though they were facing very little resistance, they refused to play down to the level of their competition.
And it's Brooklyn scoring again. Lynn's gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Rubio outside, pass to Hood. Gobert with a screen on Russell. Favors inside, working on Booker. And Favors kicks to Ingles. Feeds it to Gobert. Rubio with a wide open look. The Jazz again can't hit it.
Only 1 of 4 to start, looking to find that rhythm.
Russell with a wide open look, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
And Rubio kicks to Favors. Tipped away, stolen by Jeremy Lin. And here we go, Brooklyn fast break, and that one drops for him. Russell's got his second basket of the night.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Favors with the screen. Rubio dishes to Favors. Shot to stop the run. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
It takes a lot of skill to get whacked and still complete the basket. Luckily, Favors is a super talented player who does this regularly.
Utah shooting their first free throw of the evening.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Again, Russell missing.
Tough miss. He found some space inside the arc, but he could deliver.
That one falls. 7 points for Derek Favors.
Crossing up the defense, and that's what you expect from Rubio. Terrific vision.
Booker the pass to Lynn. Second chance shot. And Booker kicks to Mozgov. There's Lynn with the 3. Ingles with the rebound. Jazz trail by 4.
And going into last season, Jeremy Lin signed with the Nets for that 3-year deal and close to $36 million, and excited to make his return to really the birthplace of Linsanity. Unfortunately, the hamstring injuries cost him a huge chunk of that season.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Hood dishes to Gobert. Now, here's Ingles. He's guarded by Crabbe. It's good. This game is all even. And Greg, Jeremy Lin described last season as a year of my prime down the drain. I mean, it had to be demoralizing.
Yeah, especially after bouncing around for a few years. He thought he'd found a chance to start and a chance to lead, and instead he found himself in dress casual on the bench.
The Nets shooting their first free throws of this game.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line. And how about the big Russian, Timofey Mozgov, a good, solid contributor when healthy.
And it's Utah's ball. They're on a 9-1 run right now. And there's a whistle. That goes on Jeremy Lin. That's his first foul. Hood against Russell. Favors passes to Hood. Favors sets the pick for Hood. 5 to shoot. They grab their own miss. And that one's good by Favors. Favors has got 9 points.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
You know, the Jazz, one of the best run franchises in basketball. They operate in a small market, but still one of the top 6 winningest organization in NBA history.
And the Nets making a change here. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. Lin kicks to Mozgov, and Mozgov throws it down.
And really, Lin has a terrific feel for this offense. Just seems to know whenever one of his guys is open.
Gobert, the screen. Gobert double teamed. He dishes it to Hood. And stolen by Russell. And a wide open look for Lin. A rebound by the Jazz.
And that's the look this offense is designed to produce.
Always frustrating when you do everything right, yet just can't complete the play.
Now, here's Rubio. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Miami.
And some of the passes he threaded through the defense were just incredible. He made it look so easy.
Hood gets the bucket.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Lin dishes to Mozgov. The basket good off the assist from Lin. He has 7.
And no doubt both teams competing at a high level, but the consistency has been lacking here. Another lead change.
I like to fight in these clubs. Neither side willing to give an inch. We'll see how it turns out.
Here's Rubio. After the basket by Timofey Mozgov.
A blown opportunity after the two-man game creates a terrific look.
That's how it's drawn up. That is, everything but the finish.
He gets it in there.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Jazz trail by 3. Rubio outside. There's the pass to Ingles. Gobert the screen. Here's Favors. Mozgov grabs the board. For Brooklyn, they've gone 8 of 15 from the field, shooting above 50% here tonight. No good from Booker. Jazz have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Johnson, he's checked in for Favors. Cephalosha comes in for Joe Ingles. And it's Mitchell in for Hood. And a new group in for the Nets. Allen's checked in for Mozgov. Tamari Carroll comes in for Trevor Booker. LeVert's checked in for Russell. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Jeremy Lin. And it's Allen slamming it down.
And a lot of scoring here early on. This is the type of game the fans love to see.
I love it. Really, both teams running plays that fit the personnel, going back and forth.
Now here's Gobert. This game he had 10 points. Goes up at the stripe. And it's Mitchell missing. Nets leading by 3. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to speak with Quinn Snyder just before the game. He said that one problem with this team is the shot blocking. He said we've got to play unselfishly, make the extra pass to punish defenders for rotating over, and above all, we have to remain aggressive and continue to attack. Evan?
And David, thank you. What do you think, guys? Smart to center their game plan around the opposing defense?
I kind of feel like you have to. This is an opponent so good at taking away the best weapon on the other side. So you have to be ready to come at them in different ways.
This is always an exhausting opponent to play, so it would be huge for them if some of their bench players could step up and contribute today.
Hollis Jefferson, good.
Well, this is what every coach emphasizes. Keep your head up, be willing to make the extra pass.
And Rubio kicks to Johnson. Dishes to Mitchell. Pass to Gobert. To the wing on the left. Rubio. Oh, good on the three.
Well, this whole period for him has been challenging. You can tell he's starting to press.
And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. "16 seconds left here in the first quarter. Poked away. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. There's Hollis Jefferson. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 4 assists now tonight.
You look at that lead pass there. He just has such a great feel for the game.
The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. It's the Nets as they wrap up the first quarter on a 14-6 run. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And Derek Favors, known for his work ethic, and he talked about his...
I just want to get better. I just want to keep improving.
Well, the desire is there, and sounds like the commitment that he's showing is to how far, Greg, you think he can go?
Well, you talk about desire and commitment, and then you throw in the fact that he has the talent that can be built upon and improved. One big factor will be injuries. That's the big X factor that determines so many more careers than desire. Talent and commitment, you need to stay on the court.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
I mean, a solid first quarter, especially looking at that plus turnover ratio.
Take care of the basketball, being disruptive on D. That combination has them out in front.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. We've got Hollis Jefferson. He's out there with Allen. And it's Kilpatrick in at the shooting guard position. Here's Kilpatrick. He had 10 points in the win against Portland. And the three ball is good.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Jazz trail by 8. Rubio with it. Ball's knocked loose. He feeds it to Udo. The dish to Mitchell. 5 to shoot. There's a good screen. He can't get that one to fall. The Nets go the other way with it. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Utah.
Yeah, interconference matchup. Two teams that'll see each other only twice on the schedule.
It's always interesting. You're not exactly sure what you're going to get, but it'll be fun to see how it plays out.
Abs check in for the Nets. Here's Kilpatrick. Kept alive. Here's Allen. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Cephalosha kicks to Mitchell. Your rep coach checked in for Utah. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Mitchell kicks to Johnson. And there's the feed to Urebko. Lock at 6. Here's Mitchell. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
And over the course of the Nets franchise history, some interesting decisions. I mean, back in the 90s, they came very close to changing the team name to the Swamp Dragons. I think I'm just going to leave that one right there.
And the replay presented by Under Armour. Unleash chaos, giving us the chance to enjoy that alley-oop all over again. Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz. So, Greg, how close were the Nets to being the Swamp Dragons anyway?
Well, it needed a unanimous vote of all the teams to change it, but there was one vote against it. The Nets themselves voted against the change, and they had 7 owners who rotated voting duties, and the one on deck got cold feet.
Poked away. Here's Lynn. Finished off the break. And it's a 12-point Brooklyn lead.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Mitchell passes to Jerebko. There's a screen. Nice ball movement by Utah. Cephalosha kicks to Mitchell. Shot clock at 5. Out of hand on it. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Now Jerebko. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Lynn. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And the Nets lead by 14.
Just wonderful form on the J from Lynn, dropping it in the face of the D.
Johnson kicks to Jerebko. Passes it to Johnson. Feeds to Cephalosha. Just 5 to shoot. And stolen by Cram. Kilpatrick passes to Booker. Lynn from long range, and the Nets another 3.
A pretty simple solution to ending this run. It would just be getting back and actually playing some defense.
Mitchell kicks to Udo. Pass to Mitchell. Knocked away. And it's Udo atop the key. Clock at 6. Now here is Cephalosha. He's guarded closely.
Yeah, it just seems whatever they do, nothing's working right now to stop the bleeding.
It takes an effort on both ends of the floor, and you have to find the right matchups to exploit.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Utah calls timeout. Smitty, we've seen our share of dominant teams in the past decade. The Big Three in Boston, Miami, of course, with LeBron, KD joining the Warriors. You played against a lot of incredible teams during your terrific career. Which team was the most intimidating for you, or which team did you have the most respect for?
You know, I would say it was later in their career, but intimidation was a factor. When you play against the bad boys in Detroit, I mean, the fouling of those guys. But I think from a sheer talent, it was the Chicago Bulls. They were the first team, especially not my era, won 72 games. They would come in and just steamroll you with their offense, with their defense, and their execution. So those two teams were the two teams I would think was most intimidating.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Here's Lynn, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Lynn's got 14 points.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Jazz trail by 21. Hood kicks to Jerebko. Outside Favors. He dishes it to Hood, looking to end the drought. LeVert grabs the miss.
I'll tell you, the defense dodging a bullet right there. That's his shot.
Out to Russell. And the pass to Lynn. Back to Russell. Three-pointer. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And when you're on the road, this is how you silence the crowd. Tremendous all-around play.
It's led to a big lead. Credit the leadership on this team. They've kept everyone focused on what matters.
Utah calls timeout. And the Utah Jazz, one of the top 6 teams in the league last season. But, Steve, they were swept by the Warriors in the second round after the Jazz took care of the Clippers in round 1. How far does this team still have to go to contend for a title, you think?
They've gone from average to very good, but a talent drain this summer with Hayward and Hill moving on. They'll need to regroup, and the West is only getting scarier.
Now, here's Ingles. 14 points from him the last game against Miami. It's good.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Brooklyn with the ball. Huge run right now for him, going 19-2. Lynn dishes to Booker. Back to Lynn. Lynn against Hood. Kicks it to Favors. Rebound, Brooklyn. Booker's got his 4th rebound in this one.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead. Well, the pace, the big plays they're making, this is a statement run right here.
Hard to remember the last time they've missed. These guys are having fun right now.
Now, here's Ingles. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. And it's Lynn with the rebound. Brooklyn's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Utah's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. To the paint. Favors passes to Ingles. And Favors kicks to Gobert. Nice ball movement by Utah. Dishes to Hood. Favors sets the pick for Hood. Just 5 on the clock. The putback. It's good on the putback.
He's done his job tonight scoring the basketball, but they've still been outplayed overall.
Timeout called, the Nets.
You know, Derek Favors has played alongside a lot of different type of centers. That's why he's worked so hard to add a jump shot so it's not all clogged up in the middle.
Ricky Rubio checked in for Urebko. And a new group in for the Nets. Allen's checked in for Mozgov. Jemery Carroll comes in for Trevor Booker. Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Russell. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Jeremy Lin. Here's Rubio following the bucket by the Nets. Outside Hood. He kicks to Favors. Gobert the screen. Off the pick. Dinwiddie with the rebound. And Steve, when you look at Favors, if you had to pick, do you play him at power forward or do you play him at the 5? You play him at the center?
I think in the old days you play him at the power forward position, but I think right now, nowadays, he's maybe a shade better at the center spot. It's close. You could argue either way.
Hood gets the bucket.
Sometimes trailing in the game, players get sucked into trying to make that home run play.
Dinwiddie dishes to Allen. And then Allen slams it in.
Dropping dimes all night. He's been completely locked in.
Unselfish basketball, that'll make you very popular amongst your teammates.
Now, here's Rubio. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Hood drives in. And it's Hood again missing.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Up again. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got 4 rebounds in this game. Now, here's Ingles. Tight defense on him. Pass to Hood. Fires the 3. And no good trying to get that one. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Ernie Johnson, joined by Kenny the Jet. It was a fast pace for Brooklyn at the outset. Some major league offense and defense in the mix as they raced out to an 11-2 lead. By the end of the first quarter, their lead was 7. Then in quarter number 2, it was all. And that.
The streets and buildings of Salt Lake City lit up gorgeously as we welcome you back to the action here in Utah. And as we... Here's Rubio. Ingles at small forward with Favors at the 4. Hill and Hood in the backcourt. And it's Gobert in at the center position. That's the group right now for Utah. Rubio against Lin. 6 on the shot clock. Gobert with a screen for Rubio. All sorts of time. Rebounded by the Nets. Mozgov's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Crabbe kicks to Booker. He doesn't hit that one. Good D by Rubio. Now, here's Ingles. He's guarded by Crabbe. Ingles passes to Favors. Gobert in the corner. Rubio outside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Rubio's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Jazz. Russell with it. Guarded now by Rubio. Offensive rebound. Mozgov kicks to Booker. There's the dish to Lin. There's Crabbe with the 3. The basket good off the assist from Lin. Lin's got 5 assists tonight.
And that's one of his strengths, knocking down those long-range jump shots.
Rubio against Lin. Rubio dishes to Favors. They double him with Booker. And Favors kicks to Rubio. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And Utah adding another terrific defender this summer, trading for point guard Ricky Rubio. Rubio on a bargain contract the next 2 years. A nice move by the Jazz's front office.
What you get with Rubio, good size for a guard, terrific playmaker, and trying to become a better scorer.
Lin kicks to Crabbe. Here's the 3. Lin against Hood. And here's Booker from the arc. A rebound by the Jazz.
And another thing with Rubio, the Jazz love to score with the pass. Few better playmakers in the league can double arc. Some might harp on his shooting, but he's a quality starting point guard.
Favors with the screen. Hood, the pass to Favors. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line.
Great job by Favors, really making the defense uncomfortable as he's going up with the shot.
And the thing that really sticks out when you look at Derek Favors, his defensive versatility. You know, he can guard the 4s or the 5s on the inside or out, and to have a player like that allows your team to excel.
Johnson, he's checked in for the Jazz.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
And the Jazz call time here. And despite Favors' size and strength, he really moves his feet well.
And that's tremendously valuable in today's NBA. The ability to stay in front of smaller men in switches and pick and rolls. He has terrific lateral mobility.
Thabo Sefolosha is checked in for Utah. Mitchell comes in for Hood. Now here is Sefolosha. He's guarded closely. The Jazz with another miss.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Booker dishes to Russell. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Russell's got 12 in the game.
And great play call. Just so often an initiator, Russell can also catch and fire.
Crabbe, good. He has 5.
And a lot to like about that play, particularly how it ends.
Yeah, at the rack. That's what you want in transition, a high percentage look.
Gobert. Mozgov with the block.
And the size and length of Mozgov, a big factor. Hard to convert when he's there.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Offensive rebound. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Jazz shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. That free throw, no good.
I mean, Rudy Gobert, a 7'2", shot blocker out of France. He's emerged as the starting center in Utah, a defensive dynamo.
Russell with the bucket.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And Utah has possession. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And Rubio kicks to Johnson. He feeds it to Cephalosha. Gobert, the screen. They need this. And the jam by Cephalosha.
You see the pick by Gobert. Once he sets that wide base, hard to get around.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. And there are so many amazing players in the league right now, Smitty, when you look at some of the guys who came in since you retired. Who would you like to have played with or played against?
I think with, it would have been a treat to play alongside LeBron James.
Yeah.
I think against, right now I'd love to see playing up against a guy like Giannis and Kristaps Porzingis, just the different ways these guys affect the game at their size. There's so many guys, and would love to get a chance to just be in front and marvel at watching Steph Curry go through what he's doing, and a Kyrie Irving.
Right.
There's so many guys, Kevin. I just wouldn't want to guard those guys. I'm going to just say play with all those guys, not against.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Jeremy Lin. That will be foul number 5 on him. Udo kicks to Cephalosha. The feed to Rubio. Shoots off the screen.
He's being aggressive, trying to turn around the team's fortunes, but he's having a hard time executing.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
He started off solid, had 2 threes at halftime, but blank from deep since.
Udo kicks to Cephalosha. Passes it to Udo. Lin against Rubio. And it's Rubio again missing.
You know, not sure if it's him or the defense, but just something's off tonight.
Especially in this quarter. He's had a few shots that look like they would fall, but things haven't gone his way.
Now here is Cephalosha. He's guarded by Cram. Cephalosha passes to Udo. Mitchell kicks to Udo. And Smitty, they say players are made in the summer, the off-season, when they can really work on things on their game. Especially these days, players will hire top-level trainers and coaches for individual work during the off-season.
You know, Kevin, I love it. The guys are putting in those emphasis on their bodies with trainers and coaches. But I know sometimes I've heard stories where the teams want you to work on this, maybe say your mid-range games, but then guys have these coaches are just working on their threes. So I think guys got to be careful just hiring anybody. You want to work on your game, but I think also it has to be a balance what the team wants and what you want.
Steve, I've heard that too, and I think teams are they like the work in the offseason, but it's got to be directed the right way.
Yes.
And if you're a part of a team in a long-term project, I think you've got to take the direction and follow the compass that your team has given you.
Yeah, I think so, and I think a lot of times teams are getting upset because now you're seeing these individual coaches and trainers starting to come on NBA time, work out on NBA time, and I think that's when it started to become somewhat of a problem.
Timeout called the Nets.
And Ricky Rubio, you know, known mostly for his ability to pass it and create opportunities for teammates, but you know, I think he's an underrated defender at that point guard spot, and maybe doesn't get the credit he deserves defensively.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And it's Kilpatrick missing. The Jazz shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Rubio with a screen on Carroll. Johnson outside. Nice ball movement by Utah. Now here's Rubio. 10 points for him. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Rubio. And Greg, for Rubio, his defense is something that isn't talked about, but is certainly present all the time.
Yeah, I mean, he's smart, fast, he moves his feet well, and has terrific anticipation with his hands. Great playing both on and off the ball, and just aware of his spacing and a player's tendencies.
And Utah making a change here. Hood's checked in. Utah shooting an ugly 27% since halftime. 1:24 left to play in the third. Johnson dishes to Rubio. Misses off the right iron.
The open mid-range jump shot. He knows he has to hit that one.
Carroll passes to Kilpatrick. This one for three. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Dinwiddie's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Hood kicks to Rubio. Feeds to Hood from deep. Carroll with the rebound. Brooklyn's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Here's Allen, and Allen slams it in.
Nice job clearing some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big follow. Johnson kicks to Hood. There's the pick. Off the screen. And it's Hood again missing.
And they could have used that trying to cut into this league. He's been off all night.
And Carroll gets it to go.
Carroll can be so patient inside. Great timing on that play.
Utah has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Stolen. Dinwiddie with the bucket. Dinwiddie's got his second basket of the night.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, this lead has snowballed. Credit their killer instinct for piling on.
And so it's Brooklyn with a huge 37-point lead to end the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. And don't go away. We'll be right back. A chance now to hear Coach Quinn Snyder talking to his team moments ago in the huddle.
One of the biggest things is not to react.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Net shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? On the court for the Nets getting the fourth quarter going, we've got D'Angelo Russell. Booker out there with Jemery Carroll. And it's Kilpatrick in at the 2. The Jazz shooting only 32% from the field. Plenty of signs of struggle by this offense today. And stolen by Russell. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Another shot. And he lays it up and in. Hollis Jefferson's got 5 points in the quarter.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Exum kicks to O'Neal. And here's Exum. Lock at 6. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J.
Gotta D up Exum after the screen. He is very smart at picking apart a defense with his shooting as well as his passing.
Here's Hollis Jefferson, guarded by O'Neal. Here's Russell with the 3. The Nets get it back in a new 24. From deep. No good, shot missing. And it's Utah the other way. O'Neal inside. It's blocked. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Up the floor. And the dunk by Booker.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
The reason why a number of guys on this roster, they are built for speed. Why not play to your strengths?
Exum kicks to Yarebko. Pass to Udo. And the basket is good. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And that one's good. Russell.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Neto, the pass to Udo. He dishes it to Exum. Udo kicks to Neto. There's a good screen. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Mitchell, he's jumped in for Exum. O'Neal passes to Neto. Here's Mitchell. He's guarded by Russell. From deep. Booker pulls it in. Booker's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Out to Russell. Beyond the arc. Offensive rebound, Nets. Here's Lynn. That one misses. Now the Jazz take it the other way. Neto kicks to Jerebko. O'Neal dishes to Udo. Lets it go from 14. Not enough on that one as it misses. You know, Smitty, as the game grows internationally, we've seen a contrast drawn between the academies, for instance, in Europe and Australia and the youth basketball organizations in this country. Do you think we're doing it the right way? Should there be change, more policing of just how things are run at a very young level?
I think more policing, Kevin. I think also coaches being better equipped to be able to be around young kids. I think also how many games these kids are playing. I think obviously you want them to have games, but when they're playing 5, 6, 7 games in a weekend, I just think that's too much.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Jerebko kicks to Neto. The pass to Jerebko. The Jazz working the ball around now. Here's Mitchell. He's guarded by Cram. The Jazz with another miss.
You want to talk about ugly? This team is losing, partly because he hasn't drained a shot all night.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the call. Utah the foul.
And that could be a costly foul there. Mozgov, a pretty good free throw shooter.
Smitty, we have a question sent in by a viewer. They want to know, if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what food would you pick? And got anything for that?
You know what? Kevin, that's a good question. There's so many, especially my mom's cooking. But I'm going to go with shrimp fried rice. That's the one I think I would eat for the rest of my life.
They set the pick. Here's Mitchell. He's guarded by Russell to end the drought. Good on the jump shot.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Lynn the pass to Russell. And again, no good by Brooklyn. For Utah, they've gone 3 of 8 here in the 4th quarter. Neto kicks to Jerebko. And this is the first season where we have ads on jerseys in the NBA with the teams. Gut reaction, Steve, now that you've seen the ads on the jerseys, how do you feel about it?
You know what, Kevin, I don't like it because I know it's going to start to add up. Well, we're not going to even be able to see the player's name and the logos. It's just going to be ads everywhere. I understand it, but I don't like it.
You know, I can see it for practice jerseys. I can see it maybe when you're selling it retail to the fans. But, I mean, isn't there enough advertising already? I mean, that's one of the great things about keep it as pure as possible. I get the European deal, but there's so much money here, it would seem like this is just an add-on that doesn't need to be added on.
Kevin, I'm totally in agreement with you. I think...
And Lynn is a sensational playmaker. Love how he zips passes over to his guys.
And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was. Neto, the pass to Udo. They set the pick. Kicks it to Cephalosha. And stolen by Cram. Here's Lynn. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
And that one falls for Lynn.
And Lynn has really carved out a nice role for himself in our league. An effective two-way player who can score, rebound, pass, and defend.
Here's Neto, defended by Lynn. Another miss by Utah. And here are the Nets. They're on a 20-6 run. Wasted no time on that one. 19 points for D'Angelo Russell.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, forcing defenders to come out and guard them, which could open up driving lanes if they want to take advantage of that.
There's the screen. Neto kicks to Jerebko. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Booker left side. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And one of those lunch pail players. You love him, Greg. Trevor Booker out of Clemson.
Just hard-nosed, gets on the glass, and although only 6'8", he gets off his feet quickly. A terrific leaper and just one of those ultra-competitive guys.
And with the new TV deals, we've seen players' salaries and caps certainly skyrocketing. What does that do in affecting relationships among the players, between the players, within a team?
I think, Kevin, when guys are happy, obviously with their salaries, they play better. But I think also it can affect sometimes, let's talk about it team-wise. You have a guy that's not playing at the level that you thought he would be playing. Because of the numbers, it's going to be harder and harder to move some of those guys. Then you have a guy that's playing better than a guy that's making a lot of money. He's going to expect, and some of these teams are not going to be able to play, so you're going to see a lot of movement. And back in our day, Kevin, my day, you didn't see that much movement. Because of these skyrocketing salaries, I think now it's going to be more and more movement.
And Steve, with the new deal signed between players and the league, it'll be, I think, easier for teams that have drafted and developed a player now to keep that player and not lose them to more money to another team.
You're totally right. I think guys getting drafted and they can play, they will definitely be there for years and years because they can make the most money with their teams respectively.
109 left to play here in the fourth.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it, just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Nets.
Tonight, they seem committed to the three-point shot.
That was the bread and butter. Fortunately, they made enough of those, but sometimes it was quantity over quality.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Lynn.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in. And not doing his team any favors jacking up three-pointers. He needs to realize that right away.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Udo, the pass to Neto. Another miss by Utah. Left side, Lynn. Russell kicks to Lynn. Not really his range, and it's off target. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to